Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, May the 27th. So I'm getting a lot of emails, a lot of social media inquiries. People are confused. What's open? What's closed? Who can do this? Who are we allowed to do that? And so I just thought I would take a moment to update you on A, what the rules are at this moment in time, and B, how do we come up with these rules? So first of all, it's changing so rapidly. And as you know, the province of Ontario is under an emergency order, and that has been extended now until June the 9th. We found out this morning. And also here in Innisfil, we are under a local state of emergency as well. So what I'm going to tell you are the rules right at this moment in time, which is 11:13 as of Wednesday, May the 27th, because as you know, things are not only changing daily, they're changing hourly. So here in Innisfil, our boat launches are open for residents only. If you want to use a boat launch, you can book it online, and we have an app, and you just book the time that you want to launch your boat. Our road ends and our parks are open. Our beaches are not open. You can use them to pass through if you're launching a kayak, but there's no sunbathing, building sandcastles, wading in the shallow water. They are closed. But the grass areas of the parks and the road ends where you might have a picnic table, as long as you're still social distancing and you're with the people that you live with, you're okay to use those. Under the provincial order, the play structures are still closed, although they are now allowing sports fields to open. We have not opened the ones at the RRC, but other sports fields are open, but not for team sports, again, for individual sports, like the tennis courts, for example. What else did I want to tell you? I think that's the gist of it. I'm getting a lot of why are non-residents walking into the parks? Well, as you know, we have over 40 road ends, and we have several entrances into Innisfil Beach Park. We just simply do not have the resources to cover it all. There's very limited parking around Innisfil Beach Park or at road ends that is not resident only. So bylaw is definitely ticketing any vehicles they find that are parked illegally. And in our plazas, they're watching carefully to make sure that people are not, using the parking lot in a plaza and then walking into the beach. If that happens, then we are ticketing there as well. So asking for everybody's cooperation. We've got lots of staff who are a little bit out of their comfort zone. Yesterday, the person at Innisfil Beach Park who was checking your ID before you went into the park was our assistant clerk. So people are doing different jobs and being redeployed into areas that isn't their area of expertise, and so appreciate everybody's kindness at this time. So how do we come up with these decisions? Well, first of all, we are bound to follow the provincial order, which we do. And not only are bylaw having to do what they normally do, they are also bound to enforce the provincial order. So they are doing double duty at this time as well. So we do have an emergency control group. I have to tell you, I've been on council for 25 years, and this is the first time we've ever declared an emergency during my tenure. We do have an emergency management team that meets regularly. We have mock emergencies and tabletop exercises to make sure we are prepared in case of an emergency. But we came close in 2015 in the ice storm to declaring an emergency, but we did not. So what happens is the team, which consists of our community emergency management coordinator, who meets with all of the other emergency management coordinators in the province and the county. Also, we have head of council, which could be me or another member of council. We also have our emergency information officer to make sure communications are getting out. Our operations sector is involved. Police and fire are involved. Planning and legal, finance and admin, logistics, and of course our health and safety person as well. And we've also have a special COVID task force, which is working on how we reopen our facilities when we are allowed to. So that group meets about twice a week. We go through what's working well, what's not working well. Keep in mind, this is our first time. We did deal with a little bit of this at SARS, but it's our first time with a global pandemic. And I think the team is doing an amazing job, and we are reacting as quickly as we can. When the province says something can reopen, we don't get any notice. So we're trying to keep up as best we can and asking for everybody's continued patience. So I know the rules change, but the big rules haven't changed in a long time. And I know you're tired of hearing about them. 6 feet apart from anybody you don't live with. Hand hygiene, can't say enough about hand hygiene. A non-medical face mask if you cannot keep your 6 feet distance, and just be kind to one another in Innisfil. Thanks. Stay safe, and we'll talk tomorrow.